Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. We have roosters in the background. We have all kinds of noises, so please excuse that. And hopefully I'll make a good video. A week or so ago, I did a video about a Filipina married to an American man. She's 34, he's 68. He's in USA. She's been here. They've been together for a year and a half. He's retired, and he goes back and forth. Anyway, remember she spent the money, and I have results for that. He gave her $50K to put down on a piece of property. And what she did, her father got sick with some kind of kidney problems, and she took some of the money to help pay for the hospital bill and for medication for her father. And she did not talk to her husband about that. And granted, she probably should have just told him straight out, but she did not tell him straight out. So she spent the money. So I have an update. She's been listening to our live streams, and she's been listening to comments. So today I want to tell you what she did, because of the comments and because of what everybody said. She actually sent me a long email. And what she did after she listened to our live stream and the comments, she actually said that she confronted her husband, FaceTime, on WhatsApp. And she says, listen, honey, I've done something really bad, and I feel like that it may hurt our relationship with us together and break the bond that we have. And she says, the bond is very important, and I broke it, and I don't know what to do. I have guilt that's killing me, and I cannot sleep. I'm sick, and this is the reason why I've been sick. That 50,000 pesos that you gave me to put on a piece of property as a down payment that you had an agreement with the owner. She said, did you get a call from the owner? He said, no, I did not. But apparently he says, okay, what did you do? And what happened? So she says, my father got sick, and I spent 35,000 peso of that money for medication and part of the hospital bill. As you know, of course, here in the Philippines, the hospital bill is usually paid by the Philippine government now, so they're all okay with that. But what had happened, apparently, they had to have some type of medication. So you still have to pay for supplies. You still have to pay for gauze and tapes and dextrose and whatever kind of medication. You have to pay for that up front, and then the hospital care itself is taken care of. So you still have to pay some, But anyway, she says, I'm afraid to tell you, my father says that he will pay it back, and I don't know what to do about it. She said, my father said he'll pay it out of the crop. As you know, he's usually a man of his word. He did pay you back that money he borrowed one time, and apparently he had borrowed some small sum of money. Well, anyway, the husband wrote back, or actually told her, and she wrote in this email to me, and says, I'm glad of your honesty. I appreciate you being honest. The thing that really bothered me is the fact is that you broke the trust. Why didn't you just come right out and say, I'm terribly sorry, honey, I spent the money, and because of my father. As the moment happened, as the day it happened, as the next day you talked to him. But yet you wait 3 weeks to tell me that this happened, and I was just getting ready to inquire about that land, because I'm getting ready to send you another 50,000 peso to put down on the land. Now we've not put any money down on land, and the land is probably gone. And he says, that does not upset me as much as the honesty that you have broke with me. And I am very upset with that. So she said, of course, she cried, and of course they talked for a long period of time. And since then, they've had many discussions about this particular topic, and apparently he has forgiven her. He says, I love you. We all make mistakes. This is apparently not the first time she's done something like this, and her way of telling me it's not the first time she's done something like this. And I said back, basically, I hope you learned a lesson. If you want to be with someone, especially an American, you're better off, or a foreigner, any kind of foreigner at all. It doesn't matter. Aussie. It doesn't matter, Brit. It doesn't New Zealand. Whatever American, Puerto Rican, whoever you're with, they love honesty. You need to be honest with them up front. And she should have said, hey, I spent the money. I hope it's okay. If you're mad at me, I'm terribly sorry, but I had to spend the money. My father's sick. But by her not doing anything and not telling him anything and spent the money anyway, and apparently she had spent all the other $15,000. Now she told me at the time that she still had some left, but apparently she spent it all because of life, and we know how that is. So they have a new agreement now. Apparently what he's going to do is send the money directly to the owner itself, and the plow one, he can go pick up the money himself. So he made that agreement with the owner. He did call the owner, and she says now she is on allotment basis. And what that means, he gives her money for what her financial needs is for that month, whatever that need is, and she says that he will not let me have no more money anymore, because I don't know, I have a feeling in my heart that maybe she has spent some before. I don't really know. And you'll read this, see this video, and I hope I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know, and I would gladly apologize to you for that. But in your statement before, you did say that this has happened one time other in the first email, first of the 5 or 6 I've gotten from you. But I just want to say kudos out to her for being honest, and kudos out to her for always being there and saying the truth, because you never really know. It's better off to say the truth and not lie and tell the guy the truth, especially any man or any woman. If a guy borrows the same from a lady, he needs to be honest with her and tell her how I spent the money. Because what's the worst going to happen? It's your father and he's sick, he needs the money. He's going to say, oh, honey, okay, go ahead and spend it. Most guys will say that. Oh, okay, honey. Well, the land is more important than a father's more important than the land. Forget the land. Land is just a piece of property, but your father, he could pass, so please take care of him. But instead, she spent the money, and was afraid to tell him. And we all know that we can make our own opinions about that. We can all make our own judgment calls about that. But as for me, my personal opinion, she did the right thing, or come and clean, and she did the right thing, so shout out to you for that. And then if I'm wrong, it doesn't really matter what happens in at least you got it all worked out. And what I mean by that is you have now, he's got you on a budget, he just sends the money that you need, and it's okay. Maybe you don't really want the responsibility, need the responsibility, but if something does happen, I hope that you go straight to your husband and say, hey, my father's sick again, can I have some money, or whatever. That's always better to do that. Now Ruth was same thing. She had a problem with her tooth one time, and I finally just had to ask her many times, and come to find out it was her tooth. So we got that repaired, and it was fine. But we all know how that is. I just want to say that I'm happy that you were honest with the guy, and all said and done now, and everything is good, and you guys are back in good graces, and hopefully everything is well. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Please subscribe and hit like.